Hello, this is the Provoked Prawn, and this is the Roccat Vulcan 120, a new mechanical gaming keyboard from Roccat that is actually very impressive and highly interesting, and represents a new design, and a really funky design from Roccat, which I'm very surprised by. I've seen quite a few Roccat keyboards in the past, and they're often affordable, but not the best quality. This goes completely the other way and is very well designed. Has a really cool, funky look to it and really stands out. So this is an unboxing video and a brief overview to talk about the keyboard and what it's like. Been using it for a little while now. Hopefully do a more in-depth review at some point. But if you're familiar with Roccat products, then you already know what this sort of thing's going to deliver, because it works with the Roccat Swarm software, which basically makes it highly programmable. I really like the Roccat software. It basically allows you to set up loads of different macros easily on any key. It also lets you customize your lighting. So this keyboard, as you can see, has RGB lighting. That's 16.8 million colors potentially across the keys and on an individual key basis as well. This is the fanciest version of the Vulcan, because there's 3 different versions available: the 80, the 100 and the 120. And this one comes with Titan switches, which you'll see, which allow for a certain amount of travel. They're very tactile. They're quite quiet. It has a silent 1.8mm actuation point with a 3.6mm travel distance, if you're interested in that sort of thing. And the highlights for me, though, is the low profile design and the way the keys stand out, which affects the backlighting, which you'll see. It also comes with a nice wrist rest, which is very important. I really like that sort of thing. But it has this low profile, cool design to it, and an aluminium, Adonised aluminium back frame, which is a very high quality design for Roccat, not like the plastic keyboards that I've looked at in the past from them. And so it has this sort of brushed steel look to it, which is very cool, and it just looks and feels a lot more durable and high quality than other keyboards I've seen from Roccat, and other keyboards in general actually. It's a very nicely designed keyboard for that thing. Another highlight is the slightly curved keys, which have a nice textured feel to them, and they work and fit nice and comfortably on the fingers, and it's just a pleasure to use. As usual, the Roccat keyboard comes with a Roccat little poster thing. It's quite dirty, and the instructions and some stickers. It also features numerous function keys, including usual multimedia keys, audio wheel, mic mute, volume mute, FX button, volume controls, and such. It has this easily attachable wrist rest, which basically just clips on. I'll show you that in a bit. And that adds an extra bit of height, which makes it comfortable to use. It's not padded or anything, it is plastic, but it's not a problem. And you can see underneath it has the rubber pads to make sure it doesn't move around on the desk. And the keyboard itself, as you can see, even in the packet, it just looks quality. There's a very nice metallic back finish to it. It also has a braided USB cable, which I'm a big fan of. I just like that because it feels good quality. And it means it doesn't snag on your desk, and it's less likely to get damaged. As I said, this keyboard's compatible with the Roccat Swarm software, which gives you a variety of things to play around with in the settings, including some sound functionalities that you can change between. So you can get some sound feedback. You can change the repeat speeds and cursor blink rates and the setup of all the keys, and you can set macros on it, and you can do all the sorts of functions. There's a lot of flexibility within the software. It's really easy to use. It also supports the AMO lighting. Now you can see, as I was saying here, the raised keys. The fact that you can see the LED lighting underneath is very unusual, because usually with mechanical keyboards the keys hide the majority of the lighting. Just showing you what the keys sound like, and I'll leave a bit at the end of the video to give you some full-on joy without me waffling over the top of it. of what that's like. But the raised keys, it won't do it justice in this video, but at night particularly stand out, and it just really shines really nicely. If you're a big fan of the backlighting, which I am, it's fully customizable, but it also just looks fantastic because there's nothing to hide that lighting, because the keys sort of seem to float above the keyboard and allow this nice bright. And you can see here's the Titan switch. Here's a look at it. It's easy enough to pop those off, so you still can get under there and give the keyboard a clean if and when it gets dirty. I've been using this keyboard day to day for typing and work purposes, but also for gaming, and I am pleased to report that it is comfortable. As I said, there's a curve to each of the keys, which means your fingers fit nicely on it. I do prefer to have some textured keys around RASD for gaming, but that's a personal preference. That's why I really like the Corsair keyboards normally for that purpose. But this keyboard is surprisingly comfortable to use. Now this is on the default color settings, but you can switch between a number of different color settings within the app, including the AIMO intelligent lighting. You've got wave, snake, fully lit, heartbeat, breathing, fade, FX, ripple FX, and custom, and you can customize it on a key by key basis as well, so there's plenty of flexibility in the lighting options and how it looks and feels in your design. The standard default lighting is pretty swish anyway. You can also set up a number of profiles, so you can have 4 profiles, and they can be switched between on the fly in the keys and the function keys at the top there. You can see F1 to F4 has the ability to switch between profiles, so you can set up different profiles for the keyboard and set it up the way you want it. So if you're using it for work and then gaming, and you have different styles of key setups or even different games. Here's a closer look at the keys as well. Again, you can see the lighting bleeding out from the edges and from every edge, and it looks fantastic. Obviously, it's going to be a matter of opinion because I showed it to a friend who said it looked absolutely hideous and unfinished, but I think it's a really funky design. It's very unusual. It stands out from the crowd, and it certainly stands out from Roccat's previous keyboard designs, and that makes it look really good. It's also quite expensive compared to Roccat's previous designs as well. It's £149 for this top end version, but I think it's worth it actually. My initial opinion is it's certainly worth it. I really like the Roccat software. It's highly programmable, which basically means the keyboard is highly flexible. It's very comfortable to use, and the quality is there. This is a well designed, German designed and engineered keyboard, and we know the Germans like to make high quality products. And it actually feels like it. Sometimes Roccat products can feel a bit cheap. This one definitely does not. This aluminium back, looks like brushed aluminium, is just fantastic. Really good finish to it. The raised keys are great. They feel good quality as well. I don't feel like the keys are going to pop off. As you saw when I had to take one off, they actually take quite a bit of convincing before they come off. So they're not just going to fly off, even if they are raised. Unless you're really heavy-handed, I imagine it's not going to be a problem. The design is fantastic. Anyway, this has been an initial overview and unboxing of the Roccat Vulcan 120. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, and come back for more in future. I'll hopefully do a more in-depth review at some point. Please stick around for some keyboard action now.